This was the moment I realized the hunt I had dreamt of my entire life was happening right before my eyes. It felt like a lucid dream, but little did I know, this dream would soon turn into a nightmare.
He's still right there, guys. That bear was 13 yards. That was insane.
A lot of you don't know this, but I grew up on a dirt road way back in the sticks of Ohio, and I've been bow hunting my entire life. In fact, I come from a long lineage of bow hunters. On the Bowmar side, my grandpa was known for killing giant bucks back in the 80s and 90s. I'm talking about mega giants, and he did it all with a bow and arrow. In fact, my grandma was the first woman in the How Big Buck Club. She held the record for like 2 decades for the largest buck ever killed by a female. We're talking a history of die-hard hunters. But on my mom's side, they were all big bow hunters as well. My grandma on that side of the family was a state champion archer, and my grandpa was also a competitive archer and a very accomplished bow hunter, harvesting many animals across all of North America. And it doesn't stop there. My Uncle Johnny is also an accomplished competitive archer and hunter. He won the USA Indoor National Championship and is a 3-time IBO Indoor World Champion and has harvested many record book whitetails with his traditional equipment. So it's safe to say, with a heritage like that, I was destined to be a bow hunter. When it comes to fulfilling my dream of bow hunting a grizzly bear, I didn't want to do it with just any bow. I wanted to do it with a homemade longbow. You heard that right. I wanted to build one with my own 2 hands and use that to take on the great North American grizzly bear. Now, I'm no stranger to making bows. I built them in high school and solely hunted with my homemade longbow for 5 years. And during that time, I was fortunate enough to harvest multiple Pope Young animals, mostly whitetails, but also a couple of black bears.
Longbow, baby. Yeah. This bear hunt went awesome.
But then I started hunting more and more with my compound, harvesting some of the biggest deer of my life. But deep down, I missed using my longbow.
It's a homemade stick bow shot.
And I knew when I got my chance to go to Alaska and hunt inland grizzlies, I was committed to taking my homemade bow. I would be fortunate to have that opportunity in 2019. So I practiced and trained to be anything short of excellent with that bow before that trip. I was dialed in until 3 days before we were supposed to leave. My homemade bow snapped in half.
Well, guys, we had an absolute tragedy just happen. I was literally putting the last little piece on my bow, and it snapped in half.
To say I was devastated doesn't even come close to the emotional tidal wave that rushed over me. My dream of longbow hunting in Alaska crumbled before my eyes.
I don't know what to do.
Taking my compound was not an option. So I decided to try and repair my bow. It was a long shot, but I had to try.
Stop.
And to my shock, my repair worked. The bow seemed to hold. So I spent 2 days straight reworking the bow, retuning the bow, honing it to get it to shoot great again. And despite all that was stacked against me, I got a working bow before I headed off to Alaska. Finally, we were hunting, and day in and day out, we sat for 6 to 8 hours at a time. We had a few close encounters, but no luck. After sitting for 10 days with over 65 hours in the stand, my worst nightmare came to fruition. My homemade longbow repair couldn't hold anymore, and it blew up again.
And I was practicing, everything was dialed in, I mean perfect. I was shooting 33 yards and draining it, and I said I'm gonna take one more shot, and it blew up again.
This time, it was permanent, and my hunt was over. I knew I was going to come back. I had to come back. I had to finish what I had started. But my dream was still to hunt and kill a grizzly bear with a homemade longbow. So before I could come back, I was going to have to make another bow. This time, I was going to make it bigger, stronger, and more powerful. So that's exactly what I did.
Well, guys, we finally made it out here to Idaho. We are here to build our bows. Trent is literally a world-class bowyer, and I've learned a long time ago in business that you always find the best in the field and then model after them. It shortcuts you enormous amounts of time. So this is pretty awesome. I'm very excited about this, to be able to have him help us, guide us through this. He is not building these bows for us. We are building these bows, but he's going to be helping and mentoring us and make sure we don't screw up. So
It's gonna be awesome. I'm looking forward to it.
I'm super excited to introduce you guys to Trent. Guys, this is Trent. This is our man. So
I'll try to be.
yeah, this is the guy. He's literally one of the best bowyers in the world. And again, he's going to help us not make massive mistakes here.
Hopefully.
Yeah,
Hopefully.
that's the plan.
Hopefully. Yeah. Alrighty.
Let's-
Yeah, we'll see
let's
how
do
goes.
it.
Yeah.
This is it. We are ready to rock and roll. We're gonna get started tonight. I'm gonna record the whole process. Trent's gonna be super cool letting us film all this. And yeah, hopefully what we finish up with is a good shooting bow. I think with Trent's help, it's gonna be pretty hard not to build one of those. So here we go.
Building your own bow is incredibly tedious. One microscopic mistake can lead to a catastrophic failure, so it takes incredible focus to do everything exactly correct. Part by part, I built and glued pieces of wood into place. Slowly, it began looking more and more like a bow, until finally, I was done.
Day 6, our last day here with Trent Wingard, and it is time for me to put the last touches on my bow.
I had completed building a new homemade longbow that was 63 pounds.
That's amazing.
This bow was very special to me. It was perfect. It was time to get to practicing, get to training, get to preparing for the next hunt. I felt I was ready to go face to face with an Alaskan grizzly once again.
Well, we got the whole family in camp. This is pretty awesome. Oakley, Dean, Sarah, and even Arrow is here. So this is pretty awesome. And this is gonna be our base camp. So we got the little cabins here and we'll go hunting from here every day. Some spots, you know, we have to travel by boat for a couple of hours. Other spots by Polaris, some by truck or Jeep. I mean, it's pretty awesome and it's a cool setup. So I'm excited to see, you know, what this trip unfolds for us, and having the whole family here makes this so much better, so much more special than just being by myself. So hope you guys are enjoying this. I'm excited. Homemade longbow, grizzly bear hunting, trying to get it done. And I got my good luck charm, Oakley. All right, what sound does the bear make? Well, there's a roar down there. All right, here we go. Big grizzlies down there. Dad's going for him. We'll see if we can't get him. Here we go. Dad got him! Bullseye! Can you give Dad a high five? Think I can do it again? Okay. I love your confidence in me, honey. All right, let's try again. You ready? Okay. Dad got him again! Bullseye! Can Dad have a high five? Yeah! Oh, I love you, honey. Thanks for having your confidence in your dad. What sound does the bear make? Oh, you wish Dad good luck? I'm hoping to get one of these, much bigger. Shooting 63-pound homemade longbow. I've worked super hard to shoot this well, feel really well prepared, and I'm pretty excited to see if I can't get a lifelong dream of mine to come true, and that's shoot a big grizzly with a homemade bow. What do you think, Oak?
Yeah.
Let's go.
Going down the river today.
We are on the river, guys. This is crazy in the old jet boat here. Literally driving through rapids. Only sunspots are only a few inches deep. Check this out. Well, there wasn't any grizzlies on camera, so we decided instead of just sitting somewhere and trying, we thought we'd just, what the heck, enjoy Alaska, enjoy the views, enjoy the river. So look at this view, guys. I mean, it is so amazing in Alaska. It just doesn't get much more beautiful than this. Now, we're gonna build a fire, just sit right here, have some meals, and enjoy this view. right on the river. We got a spring coming off the mountain. We got glaciers right over there melting, which is coming in to this lake. Ah, beautiful. Out here in the wild of Alaska. Pretty awesome. We're gonna sit down and enjoy some dinner right beside this fire you guys saw us make. Pretty awesome. This does something good for your soul.
As I sit here looking into the vastness of Alaska, I knew somewhere out there was an old grizzly roaming those mountains. With my longbow in hand, I pondered the moment when we would come face to face. Doubt crept in. Am I ready for this? Did I train hard enough? Did I practice long enough? Did I prepare enough for this moment? The years leading up to this hunt flashed before my eyes and all the doubt faded. I knew I was ready. I knew I was prepared.
Well, that's Alaska for you. They wasn't supposed to rain today. The weatherman was wrong. Guys, it's hailing on us. I mean, this is some nasty weather. Day one. I mean, I gotta tell you, if this rain stops though, there'll be a lot of bears on their feet. And, you know, hunting the inland grizzly bears like this, we can hunt them over bait. So we're hunting over food, which is awesome. Nice close shots. This is gonna be a great night if this rain stops. Not so great if we gotta sit in this until after midnight, but hey, this is hunting Alaska for you guys. I mean, never a dull moment. Like they say, if you don't like the weather, just wait 5 minutes, right? So we're getting after it.
Hunting inland grizzly bears is very different than hunting coastal brown bears. Here they live in impenetrable forests, making them impossible to spot and stalk, leaving us to the method of baiting as a strategy to draw the bears out of the dense Alaskan forests.
It still rains, but it's not near as bad.
On the surface, this seems it would be easy and not challenging. But considering the success rate for bow hunting bears in Alaska is less than 5%, I'd say the odds are not in my
I'm
favor.
in my happy place, guys. Holy cow, guys. We just had too much stuff in our hands. You know, we bring all of our crap out here to film. And we just can't fit it all in our packs. And sure enough, there's a bear. He's still right there, guys. That bear was 13 yards. That was insane. We could have shot him. We're gonna get in the tree. He might come back in. That was a giant. Well, that was a crazy encounter. First night, we had a giant come try to eat us. It's what it felt like. Came all the way to 12 yards. We just had so much stuff in our hands, you know. And honestly, Blake didn't feel very comfortable by trying to film with a big dominant boar like that, so close. If he's trying to film me and then the bear charges us, I'm gonna be that bear's lunch before he gets it shot. So we made the call not to shoot, and if that may have been my only chance, but I could tell you that was an opportunity that we kind of blew. I'd say I blew because, you know, we just weren't ready for it. But it was pretty awesome, pretty exciting. I mean, get that close to a giant brown bear. But we got in. He smelled us eventually and got downwind, so he's not going to come back. But this spot, they said there's more bears showing up. So you guys see, run with a homemade bow, trying to get it done. We got the bait super close. Looks like we got some popcorn out this time, so it's a little different. But what the heck? We're in inland brown bears on the inland just north of Anchorage a few hours, so it's totally illegal to bait here. So that's we're gonna take every advantage we can get on this big, thick timber like this. The craziness is with it raining like this, the bears are gonna sneak up on us, so I'm doing this interview early, getting it done. So we're gonna sit tight and be quiet and keep my bow in my hand all night long, because you never know when that trophy of a lifetime, a bear of a lifetime, is gonna come in, and I want to be ready. So guys, wish us luck. We're gonna get it done. Hopefully, see if we can't pull it off. Let's do it. So close. As you can see, I just can't get a shot. It's the same bear from earlier. It's just this real tight quarters in here. Didn't have broadside sun shots, we didn't take it. Here they come. They're coming back. thought for sure he was gonna come right in with her, which coming into the bait would have been great because she was taking up his favorite spot. First of all, that big bear that's been in here, couldn't give me a shot, was the same one that came up. He got 13 marks from us. He's clearly the most dominant bear in the area and not afraid of us at all. And so I had a couple opportunities in there that I might have been able to sneak one in there, but when you're hunting with a homemade longbow, obviously no sights, you want to give yourself the greatest chance of making the best shot. And I just didn't feel I had that on this hunt. And so instead of wondering the bear, I made the call to wait for the perfect shot. You know what? That could cost me. It could, but at least I'll go to bed tonight knowing that we had the hunt of a lifetime, and you don't always have to kill a bear in order, or kill anything to have a great hunt. I can tell you right now that this hunt goes in that category. It's one of the all-time bear hunts of my life. I'll be telling this story forever, and the best part is, you guys got to experience it on video. So, pretty awesome. Hope you guys are enjoying this. We're heading back to camp, get a little bite to eat, and get to sleep. And we're gonna get back after it tomorrow.
Back to the same spot. Let's hope we get it done.
Well, we are back trying to get after that big brown bear that we had come in so many times, it just never gave us a shot. We're hoping tonight will be different. Sitting in the same spot, he kept catching movement, so we zip tied up some brush behind us. So we're hoping that, that'll help break him up. And then we also moved the bait on this side of the tree. So if he comes in and eats the bait, then he'll hopefully give us more of a broadside shot. But as you guys can see, hunting with a homemade longbow. I built this bow myself. I'm really proud of it. And we're hoping to get it done, a dream of mine since being a little kid. Ever since then, I had 3 animals that I wanted to shoot with a stick bow. A Bowmar buck, a Cape buffalo, and a brown bear. And so I got the Cape buffalo in Tanzania last year. I haven't shot a Bowmar yet, and I haven't killed a brown bear, but we're hoping tonight is the night for that, or at least on this 10-day trip that I get an opportunity and make it count. So wish me luck, guys. It's exciting. Now you may have noticed I am covered in mosquitoes head to toe. That is because from our gear being so wet from yesterday's rain, when we took all of our stuff out of our pack, we forgot to put in the thermocell. It is going to be a long set because we sit till after midnight. No thermocell. It is going to be brutal. Holy smokes, boys. That was the big bear for last night. He looks a lot bigger now because he's not soaking wet. That is a beast of an England brown bear. He didn't really come close to the bait this time. He kind of just skirted it. And he never came back, so he kind of just left and that was it. So I'm hoping his girlfriend's close by. Maybe she'll come in and he'll come back. But we'll see. I mean, it's a big bear to shoot with any weapon, let alone a homemade stick bow. Every time he hits the opening, he can see us up here, and he just is out of here. So we're gonna make a bold move, and we're gonna give him one more try. And if he leaves again, we're gonna get down, build a ground blind as quietly as possible. Hopefully not have to build anything is hide behind a tree. And when he looks up here, sees there's nobody here, he comes in. Little does he know we're hiding under some brush. Hopefully get a shot on the ground. That's the plan. We'll see how it turns out. Yeah, I mean, that was as close as we've gotten. You know, I probably could have shot him walking right there. I had an opportunity, but the problem is he's so agitated that as soon as that bow goes off, he's gonna take off sprinting, which means I'm gonna hit him back at least 7-8 inches from where I'm aiming. So do I aim 7-8 inches into his shoulder and he doesn't do it? I mean, it's so risky, but you know, that was as close as we've had. And so we were gonna get down. But with him coming in so close, I think we're gonna stick it out in the tree stand. I think the next time he comes, I think he might commit the whole way. We're gonna find out. You guys are here, experiencing it with me as we speak, which is live and just raw. That was a crazy encounter. We just had a different bear come in. It's just so thick in here that when we see the bears, they're already within 40 yards of us a lot. So I just couldn't draw my bow because this rail right here is in the way. It just takes the right one to come in and get it done. So hopefully that happens for us tonight. That one was the big one. Dude, guys, this is like having a hot dough come running by you with two booners on their tail. I mean, we've got to stick it out. You know, it's already almost midnight, but you can hunt, 24/7 up here because it doesn't really get dark being this far north in Alaska. So we're gonna just keep sitting until we can keep our eyes open, because it's only a matter of time before that girl brings one of those giants in here.
I knew with the bait so near, I would never get full draw with him so close, so I made the decision to draw my 63-pound bow early and hold strong. All the years of preparation was coming down to this exact moment. This was my chance. I had to make it count.
I just smoked a brown bear with my homemade longbow. Freaking did it, buddy. We did it. Smashed him.
My shot felt perfect. I got a complete pass-through on a giant grizzly, and I was beyond proud of myself. All at once, a rush of achievement, pride, and most of all, gratitude swept over me.
Guys, we have been hunting our butts off for this, and you're looking at a guy that grew up on a dirt road out in the country in Ohio, dreaming of doing this exact thing my entire life. And to think that I just pulled it off with a bow that I handmade myself. I'm just tickled to death. I'm so proud. I got my kids here in Alaska with me too. My new son Dean and Oakley and my wife Sarah. And I'm 100% confident in that shot. I stayed off the shoulder. I feel like it's a double lung pass through. We freaking did it. I don't even know what to say, guys. I mean, just gorgeous bear. Everything you hope for. Dreams come true when you work your freaking butt off. I can tell you that. Thanks, man. I appreciate it. Appreciate you sticking out with me. The shot looks really good, like the bear should be totally dead, so I'm gonna go down and check the arrow, make sure there's nothing weird on it. Just give me a second, I'm gonna sneak down and we'll take a look. Oh, it is coated with blood.
Despite the great shot, I realized we wouldn't track him tonight, but would be forced to wait till morning. Other bears in the area would be extremely dangerous at night, especially with the smell of fresh blood in the air. So we headed back to camp and waited until it got daylight before we headed back to the mountains.
Well, guys, we are back at the spot that I shot my grizzly / brown bear last night. Depends, we talk about whether it's a brown bear or grizzly bear. Well, SCI recognizes it as a grizzly bear, but Boone and Crockett recognizes it as a brown bear. So either way, it's pretty awesome. We're back on site, again, shot looks perfect, double lung, shouldn't have any issues at all. We ran out of light last night. It was just getting too dark, and we decided to come back first thing, and that's where we are. Let's go get my bear.
The blood trail was promising, but still difficult to follow with the thick moss-covered ground. But slowly, 20 yards turned into 40, then 60. My lifelong dream of getting a grizzly with a homemade bow could be realized. I knew it could be any second, and that's when I heard it.
What, did you find him?
This is so awesome. All right, guys, so we just tracked right up to here, and we found my brown bear. Let's go check him out. Oh my gosh, guys. I cannot believe this. Holy smokes. Freaking grizzly with a stick bow. Oh my God.
It felt so surreal. I accomplished something that very few, if any, have ever experienced. All the years of preparation had come down to a single moment, and I made it count. I harvested a grizzly bear with a homemade longbow.
Well, we got him, guys. We found him. We propped him up here just to get a better look at him. You guys can see the sheer size of this grizzly bear. I mean, he's such a beast. And to think we got it done with a homemade bow is just truly amazing. I mean, this is a hunt that you just hear stories about that sounds far-fetched, but we captured it all on video, which is incredible. Now, keep in mind, I'm not a small person, but look at this thing's head. How insane is that? I mean, just a freaking beast. He's got a real big, long nose on him too, like this. the record books will probably be kind to this guy because this sucker's gonna score really well. You know, I don't hunt for the score or anything like that when it comes to this, but man, when they score high, it's still pretty darn cool. And for me, just getting any brown bear, regardless of size, as long as he was mature, was the goal, but let alone get one this big. I just couldn't be more grateful, guys. I mean, you're looking at a country boy that grew up on a dirt road in Ohio, just dreaming of traveling to big Alaska and hunting browns and grizzly bears, and never thought it'd be possible. And look at us now. If the younger version of me could see this, he'd just fall over dead, because this is truly just a childhood dream of mine, and even into my adult years, to finally be able to come and do it and be prepared and make the opportunity I got count. I just can't even put into words how much it means to me, and I hope you guys got to enjoy it watching this video. You know, it takes a lot of effort running all those camera angles and doing it all, because a lot of times those cameras can save an animal because you're trying to get everything on video. But for me, it's part of my legacy. You know, I want to capture it as real and raw as it is as I can, you know, just for you guys can experience it like I got to experience it firsthand, because some of you guys may never be able to come hunt, you know, grizzly bears with a bow. And I hope that this video helps, you know, at least give you an idea of what it was like. Well, enough of me blabbing. I want to get some photos of this guy and get back to camp and show my kids. We got Dean, Oakley, and Sarah in camp, and this will be the first time Oakley and Dean have ever seen a bear. So this will be a really special moment for me as a father, memories of a lifetime.
This will go down in history as one of my greatest bow hunts of my life. The hunt was everything I dreamt it would be, and more. I can only hope that someday my children and grandchildren will be on their own adventures, sitting around the fire in the wilderness of Alaska, reminiscing about this hunt and how old Dad took down a grizzly bear with his homemade bow. This was one epic adventure I was fortunate enough to share with my family and friends. The entire family celebrated this moment by eating the heart of the fallen beast.
So a lot of people think you can't eat bears, and it's just not true. So check this out. That is the heart of my beast. All right, the heart is done. Dinner is served. Oh my gosh, guys. I wish you could try this.
Okay, here you go. Here you go. And Captain cuts the inside tender.
What do you think, Oakley? Everyone in camp's been enjoying bear heart. As you can see, there's not much left. And I don't know, there's something about eating a powerful animal like this. I think even the Indians would say, you are what you eat. So choose to eat powerful big animals. Elk, deer, bear. Leave the chickens for everyone else.